Hi, I'm Gene Kappa, and this is my wife Marcy. We've got two boys, Ryan and Joshua, that have both been involved in Young Life for the past, 5 or 6 years. Getting our kids involved was wonderful. It's one of those places where, unlike most age groups where the younger ones seem to get all the attention, it gets lost on the high schoolers. So it's great that they have something for kids in high school, and so that they get, a special place where they can go, where there's no cliques. Everybody can be friends with everybody. It's at a safe place where they know they play a lot of silly games and have a lot of crazy fun, and they learn to socialize, and it's wonderful because Young Life is just fantastic. It's all fun. At the end, they learn some really cool stuff about Scripture, and it's had a huge impact on my older son, Ryan. He's on the spectrum of autism, and he's an honor student. He's a million different wonderful things, and part of what he is because of Young Life. He was able to socialize there, and not every kid it comes to him like all the rest. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier. In Ryan's case, whenever he's around the Young Life folks, it's easy. And he went to camp recently, and my wife went as well. Why don't you tell him about camp?
Yes, I was able to attend the Young Life camp with Ryan and to experience it. It was just the most wonderful experience I personally have had as well. It was the highlight of our summer, and it was the highlight of our year. And we can't wait to go back. We're going back again in August. It was just wonderfully...
I'm going this time, actually.
It was wonderfully done, very professionally done. The kids are very accepted there, and they feel fully loved. And we felt it. We came home. We had the camp blues for probably 3 or 4 days. And I just can't say enough about it. It's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We love it. We love your Young Life. We love everything about it.
We are the Wisemans, Carolyn
and Terry.
And we first got involved with Young Life when the Springers invited us to their home. Young Life's small town initiatives had come to them about bringing Young Life to the Firelands area, and for us it was a yes right away. So what I love about Young Life is that they believe that every kid has the right to be chased and loved and accepted for who they are. I love that Young Life is about relationships, and that it's just like a group of caring, committed adults that volunteer their time to be in relationship with these kids so that they can earn the right to share the gospel with them.
The one thing I really like about Young Life is that kids don't have to be lonely. Seeing a lot more loneliness in the world these days, and it's really cool to see kids with problems that come in and they seem very lonely. And there's just really no reason for anybody to feel lonely, and through faith they can be introduced to the good news and never have to be alone again. I really enjoy giving that gift, or being part of giving that gift to a person. The other thing you'll see kids not having a lot is faith families, and so when kids can have a family of faith, every family wants their kids to have faith and hope and love. But when you have that ability, like in high school, to have a faith family that you can just feel comfortable with, you can joke with, you can play around with, you just don't see that enough. And when people always say, I want my kids to hang out with the right kids, it's kind of like, well, what's the right kid? The right kid is a kid that's with the Lord. That's going to provide every opportunity that you want for your child, which is, that's why we're supportive of Young Life. And it is odd if you ask any kid that goes to Young Life camp, and I used to think it was kind of a hokey saying about it's the best week of my life. But in the kids that we've had come to our house and sharing club, that's what each one of them will say. So I don't know if they're scripted to tell them that there, but they do come home and say that, and they say it. You can see in their eyes that it's the truth for them. And so when you think about that mechanism of a community of high school kids coming together, sharing a week together, having fun, sharing the gospel, and then kids committing their life to Christ, no matter whatever happens in that kid's life, he knows the path. Young Life is definitely a tool for them to have a relationship with Christ for the rest of their life, and experience a life-giving experience, as well as pass it on. I think that's one thing I've really enjoyed, is the sharing of things, because we had 5 children, so teaching them to share was always, a priority. And for kids to have good news and not share it, it always seemed counterintuitive to me to not share that with other kids. So when you see a high school kid hanging with another kid, knowing I'm loved unconditionally, it's cool.
The other way I think that it has really impacted, like speaking for the guys, is just that they have had so much fun in high school because of Young Life. I feel like they have learned so much about friendship through Young Life, and they just have had a blast going to sporting events and just hanging out with their leaders, and thinking about who to invite to club and who to invite to camp, and it's just been like really fun to be a part of Young Life. It's hard for me to picture their high school experience. In the broadest sense, I would say that Young Life has impacted our family for eternity. Because of Young Life, our boys know who and whose they are, and so we will be forever grateful for that.